Oh, we're just chilling.
In our geriatric bed.
Yeah. Does this bed vibrate?
This wasn't supposed to connect, but it did. And once people started looking closer, it got harder to ignore. The Epstein files were being revisited, names resurfacing, power circles exposed. Everyone expected politicians, billionaires, hidden elites, not pop stars, not reality TV dynasties, and definitely not someone like Britney Spears. But then the same names started echoing. Different places, different times, same orbit. And suddenly, the story shifted. Because while one empire was collapsing in plain sight, another was rising just as fast. No coincidence feels that precise.
And a lot of things happened at those Epstein parties that can't really be described. Paris also took part in them, and she used to force...
Back in 2007, Britney wasn't just famous. She was everywhere. Dominant, untouchable. Then, overnight, it broke. Public breakdown, relentless headlines. A narrative that didn't just report her life, it rewrote it. And within months, control was taken away. A conservatorship, 13 years long. At the time, it sounded simple. She needed help. But years later, that explanation started cracking. Because the deeper people looked, the less it felt like protection, and the more it looked like something else.
And he got him in multiple different areas. Look at this. So this has to do with somebody that was filing complaint against Max.
Something controlled. But here's where it gets strange. While Britney was losing everything, something else was quietly taking her place. Same year, same moment. A reality show appeared. And didn't just succeed, it took over. The Kardashian empire didn't rise slowly. It exploded, almost perfectly timed. Too perfectly. And this wasn't random. They weren't outsiders breaking in. They were already inside the system, already connected.
Taylor apparently is paying off, allegedly, some of Diddy's victims from this.
Already moving in those same elite spaces. So when attention shifted, it didn't disappear. It transferred cleanly, efficiently, from one center to another. And that raises a dangerous thought. When someone powerful falls, who steps in? Because attention is currency, and someone always collects it. But the story doesn't stop there, because behind Britney's situation, one name kept surfacing: Lou Pillar. Not famous, not public-facing.
They tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me, and they when I asked them.
But deeply connected, operating where real control happens, behind the scenes. And as people dug deeper, they noticed something else. Those connections didn't end with Britney. They extended outward, into major business networks, into ventures tied to massive wealth, even overlapping with Kardashian-linked operations. Now, on its own, that means nothing. Hollywood is full of connections, but timing changes everything. Because the same figure linked to Britney's financial control was also tied to systems generating billions elsewhere. That's not noise. That's a pattern. And patterns raise questions. Big ones.
How much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount.
If you're following this so far, stay with me, because this is where it shifts again. Now it's not just about control, it's about money. Huge money. Hundreds of millions flowing through a structure Britney didn't fully control. So naturally, people started asking, where did it go? No clear answers, just layers. Corporate structures, financial channels, complex systems hard to trace. And while many claims remain unproven, the scale alone made them impossible to ignore. Then came another layer. The Epstein files resurfaced. Not directly tied to Britney, but representing something bigger. A hidden system, power operating quietly, connections the public rarely sees.
Honestly, like to sue my family, to be totally honest with you. I also would like to be able to share my story with the world.
And once that door opened, people started questioning everything. Not just Epstein, everything around those same circles. Because when power overlaps, so do secrets. And while there's no confirmed link between the Kardashians and Epstein's crimes, that's not what unsettled people. It was proximity, shared environments, exclusive networks, private events where influence concentrates. And in those spaces, reputation isn't just built, it's managed, sometimes protected. Which brings everything back to Britney, because years later, she finally spoke. Not rumors, not speculation, her own words. She described control.
What they did to me, instead of it being a hush-hush secret to benefit all of them. I want to be able to be heard on what they did.
Restrictions, being monitored, even medicated against her will. But one detail stood out. She said she couldn't speak freely. That changes everything, because now it's not theory, it's testimony. And when you place that next to everything else, the timelines, the connections, the money, the media narrative, it stops looking random. Because the media didn't just cover Britney, it consumed her, turned every moment into spectacle, built a version of her the world believed. At the same time, another family was doing the opposite. They weren't controlled by the media. They were learning to control it, turning attention into influence, influence into power. Two completely different outcomes, same system, and that contrast is hard to ignore. But it gets even more complicated, because during the Free Britney movement, some of those same figures showed public support. On the surface, solidarity. But behind the scenes, connections still existed, business ties, shared networks. And that contradiction created tension, because it leads to one uncomfortable thought. Can you support someone while still being connected to what controls them? No easy answer. And just when the story seemed complete, more claims surfaced. Legal filings, financial questions, high-profile names appearing in broader investigations. Again, allegations, not conclusions, but enough to shift the conversation. Because now it wasn't just about Britney. It was about a system. A system where power, money, and influence intersect. Quietly. And in that system, nothing moves without a reason. Outcomes follow incentives. They follow control. They follow power. So when people look back at Britney today, they don't just see a breakdown. They see something deeper. Something possibly engineered. Not proven, but unsettling. Because if even part of it is real, then fame isn't what it looks like. It's not just talent. Not just luck, it's positioning, networks, access, and sometimes control. And that realization changes everything. Because the biggest stories in entertainment might not be the ones we're shown. They might be the ones happening quietly, behind closed doors, long before anyone notices. And if that's true, then this was never just about Britney. It was a glimpse into how the system really works. And maybe we've only seen the surface.